Morning, everybody. If you're looking for a way to find out whatever it is you got to come out about today, what's in your way, how to get around it, and how you can be more mindful during the process, you've come to the right place. Welcome. Good morning. My name is Seth. I run Comingouttarot.com. You can always find out more about me over there. While we're here, though, we're here to talk about what it is that you're struggling with, how you can get around it, and how you can be more mindful during that process. If you hear any noise running around, those are a couple of my ferrets that are out. Just so you're not surprised, there's one rolling around on an egg carton across from me. Anyway, let's get these cards in the right order. Good morning to whoever joined. A little bit later than I normally like to be. I try to get on it. My goal is to get on at 6. It's always my goal, but it depends on when Steve's leaving, what's going on with these crazy beasts. You know, it's all something I'm trying to fit in the morning. By the way, while you're here, if you haven't subscribed already, hey Geneva, don't forget to subscribe so we can keep track of each other. And if you think this content is useful, hit that thumbs up button, because not only does it let me know that it's useful, but it gets this in front of other people so they can take advantage of it. I'm using the Marielle Tarot today. It's always a little bit hard to shuffle. I cut off the edges because it was really hard to shuffle. It was just too big. I don't know how anybody with smaller hands than me, and I don't have tiny hands, could actually shuffle this thing. There we go. All right. Obstacle, action, mindfulness. Okay, our obstacle for today is the Knight of Swords. This guy often represents me, somewhere between the Knight and the Page. How we're going to get around that? 5 of discs. And how we're going to be more mindful, the 6 of Wands. How did I say Knight? I must need glasses for a smaller print. Maybe there's something going on with my vision. Normally I just can't see far away, but these are hard. I'm also trying to read backwards, so who knows? This is actually the King of Swords. So King of Swords, 5 of discs, 6 of Wands. All right. Just freaked out a ferret when I went like this. Surprised her. All right, our biggest obstacle for today in the King of Swords is this isn't an aspect of you. This is external to you. This is outside of you. Someone who is in some sort of like leadership position, could be a father type role. Somebody who is older. However, that type of personality is someone that is like cutthroat. They make decisions fast. They don't need a ton of information. They get just enough to make a decision and they go. They tend to not really care about how they're impacting other people, but they're aware of how they're impacting other people. If this were the Queen, they'd probably care a little bit more, even though they'd still be pretty harsh. So this guy knows how they impact people, but they may not necessarily worry about how they impact people. The effort is in the decision. So your biggest obstacle today is in the decision. It's the person who's making decisions around you, for you, about you. They're making choices that don't incorporate how you feel or how you might be impacted. Biggest obstacle. You know, what's interesting is they're also like somewhat energized by this decision-making process. So here's another characteristic. They're like energized by it. They love to make good, strong decisions in order to move things forward. and they're recognized for it. They don't want to cause harm, but they feel good. They're recognized. They know that other people know they can make good decisions, and they stand in that power and they own that. So all those characteristics, this type of person is going to be your biggest obstacle today. How do you get around that? This is an interesting experience. The 5 of discs. Your ability to be intimately aware of what your challenge is and knowing where to seek help is going to help you get around this person who's making decisions for you, about you, and affecting you, because then you can find the additional support that you need from other people, you may also be able to affect this other person's choices, because the more empathy you can connect to, the more that decision's going to move in your favor. So it's not like looking like a sad sack. It's not like telling someone all your problems. It's not like whining about what's wrong. It's saying, listen, this is the reality of the situation, and I believe you've been here before, or you can empathize through X experience of where I am right now. And I think that should inform the choices that you're making. You know, that kind of logic, approaching with logic, but giving something concrete, something that is tangible in a way, is going to help move that thinker, towards the right decision. If that doesn't work, this same kind of empathetic focus can be used for other people to circumvent or to support that decision, so you do get the kind of support system that you need moving forward. So that's your action. How can you be more mindful during all of this? This is the Six of Swords, Six of Wands. There's find the win in the peace. And peace, I'm thinking like doves and laurels. You know, it is the symbolic peace, not necessarily the reconciliation of what is an argument. It is symbolic peace. Find the win in, we can agree to disagree. That kind of symbolic peace. You know, there's still, the war isn't over, but we're going to get along because we have to. If you can recognize in yourself, here's the mindfulness part, when that is appropriate, make mental note of that feeling, what came before, what's happening during, and then be aware of what's happening after that we agree to disagree moment, so that you can utilize this experience at future states when you need it. Because this is a tool and a tactic that can be used again and again and again, in particular with this person. That's going to also help quell all of that like frustrated energy that is going to exist beneath the surface, which I think you should also be aware of when you start to feel that frustration rising. How can that agree to disagree type of that peace without ending the war, how can that help you? All right. I hope this is helpful. If it is, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so I know that this content is useful for you. Let me know. And it also gets it in front of other people. This is Montgomery. He came to say hi. If you haven't checked out the readings for December, to wrap your head around what's coming up in December, don't forget those are still up in a playlist. You can also find them at Comingouttarot.com if you search for December forecast. I hurt Monty's tail a couple days ago. It doesn't look so bad here. I accidentally dropped a big, heavy, to him, super heavy glass measuring cup. One of those big 2-cup measuring cups. It fell from counter height onto his tail and skinned the side of his tail. I felt so bad, I was afraid I broke it. But he's okay. And the worst part is it's on the underside where it drags on the floor, so keeping it clean has been a real bitch. Hasn't it, Monty? But you're doing good. He's a little skittish now about some loud noises because I scared the crap out of him, but he's doing good. I'm glad I was helpful for you, Geneva. Thank you. All right, I gotta get going. Here you go, bye-bye. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.